So as I'm here, reframe, use my hips, okay? Throw your hips up and then elbow. So as my hips come down, create your angle, throw that knee inside, slide up his ribs, grip, okay? If you have to, just hook, okay? We're gonna come in, trap the shoulder, straighten the hip out, watch my foot, my little piggies, drop inside the hip. Through here, I turn, keep your head up. I start to lift, look at the pressure down on his shoulder. Try to do a push-up with your right hand. Okay, the pressure down on this shoulder makes him want to concede the pressure here. So as I'm pushing down, then we can drive to finish going up and over. So yes, the rules say that I should want to control that hand, keep him from posting to make the sweep. But if I pressure the other shoulder enough, he won't want to put that hand in the ground and he'll give me the pressure I want. So let's just start with this. This time, go here on your knees and sit up. Okay, so now I go here, see his shoulder, his hand on my shoulder, and I'm gonna crunch here. So put your hand on the floor. So now, again, if I go like this to put pressure in, see how I'm dipping my head? He'll slide his hand right off my head. Okay, slide your hand, yep. He'll just do that. But if I go here, keep my head up and then pressure down, the hand becomes stuck. So when we're making our sweep, and I'm here, I need to keep my head up so he can't just, if I go like this, he just slides off. I keep my head up so we can pressure and then use the leg, control your butterfly to get on top. Smashing me down, what are the odds of being able to roll out of position?
Nah, it's gonna be rough. No.
It's gonna be rough.
No.
So what I have to do is I have to create small gaps and turn.
Yeah.
So when I'm here, it's one of the reasons why my feet come in. My feet are way stronger. My hips are way stronger. So if I come in, I set my hands, and we make that hard explosion to create the gap. Now, again, what comes up is coming back down. So what I'm looking to do is make that shift. So now when he comes down, I'm not flat. Okay? Or when he is coming down, I'm making sure his weight goes on my leg, not onto my hands anymore. Legs are always stronger than arms, usually. Okay? Can't say that as a blanket statement, okay? Because again, there's always exceptions to the rule, but in general, legs should, I mean, my calves are bigger than my biceps. I got big arms.
No, I mean they carry your whole
Correct.
torso, your whole life, so they should be.
So that's what that first bump, that first explosion is.
to give you that gap.
Get it going so that when I get him into space, I go 1, 2. Notice how on 2 my hips are dropping. Okay, but as my hips are dropping, we turn. So while the weight's going up, okay, I have that chance of just getting to my side. I'm only looking for small gaps. Okay, I'll take big gaps if you can give them to me. But again, he's trying to smash me. So what are the odds of me being able to create this humongous space where I get to do what I want? But again, through here, boom, we throw the hips, we throw the elbow. When my hips come down, okay, we turn to the side. So now in a very small space, I created the gap I'm looking for. And then the question is now, before he can fill that space, put your shield in its place. So now if he drives in, I want him to drive into my leg. Okay, legs are stronger than hands. But when I put my shield up, elbow to wrist, that was a small shield. That's a bigger shield. So that's what I want to get between him and I now. I want to put that shield. So now that gives me the ability to push away. That's how we straighten him out. Then we got both of our legs involved. So we went from 1 big shield to now 2 big shields. And then then the game starts to change. All right, let's hit that a couple more times. We did our little bump. I just go second drill again. So we did the bump to create the space. Okay, hugely important. Okay, as a general rule of thumb, and again, most of my game is about being right more often than I'm wrong. There's always an exception to the rule. I don't care about the exception. Okay, if I'm right 95% of the time, that's a great choice. There, yeah, the 5% of the time, it may not be the right thing for the time, or it may not be the most perfect. I was watching the video today where they're like, they get away with good techniques, but it could be greater. Yeah, it could. Okay? But at the same time, there's a cost to pay for that extra little bit. Okay? And the question is, are you willing to pay it? Most people, like, what's the difference between the guy that comes in fifth and the guy that comes in first? Okay, it could be a lot of extra work to only gain a fraction of a second. Okay, so right now we're focusing on what can I do to get me that 90+% of the time. Okay, and again, if you're right way more often than you're wrong, okay, I'll run with that all day long. So again, he's trying to hold me. This hand is very typical. It's in through here, okay, and my pry bar is here. So when I make that bump, this hand a lot of times tends to get left behind. So when I make that bump, boom, and then I shove, that hand a lot of times is still cupping the shoulder, because remember, he's trying to hold his control. He's trying to keep me in play. So when I'm here and I'm bumping him away, now it's like I'm bench pressing him in position. So now what's going to happen is when my hips turn, instead of my leg going in for his hip, when I turn, I'm going to bring my leg up into his armpit. Okay. Now through here, remember my hands were here. I'm going to play this way. My hand was in this position. Now it's going to go to his face, and I'm going to put my leg up and over. We can pull it in for our own arm bar, okay? Or we can hit it right in that inverted position directly from there. So I'm framing in. We make our bump. We accelerate in. Through here, as my legs come back, okay, I'm going to try not to hit you, but as my legs come back, this one goes over the shoulder and hunts for his head. My armpit literally is just going to hold his forearm in play. Okay, so as we come in, okay, and we go for the arm bar through here. You should be able to finish it while he's still up here. Okay. Different bodies, same thing. You guys, man, you guys got the legs for it. Okay? I got short little stubbies, thick little things.
Like in midair?
Okay.
They're like
Yeah.
little
Hell yeah.
boas.
Christian does it all the time.
They're little boas, man.
Christian does it all the time. Now, the way he's going to defend it is by not holding on to me. Okay. So again, right now we're going to go with the principle that he's trying to hold on. That's what makes this whole thing work. The more aggressive he becomes, almost the easier it becomes. So when I put this in motion, boom, and I create that space, if he pulls this hand off and I put this leg in, okay, where am I at?
Open guard.
I'm just playing open guard now. He lost his position. So this is kind of one of those no harm, no foul. If I go for the move and it works, fantastic. I just got an arm bar. Now you have to defend the arm bar. If I throw the move and he's like, nope, pulls his hand out, he just gave up the biggest control he had, which means now I get to play open guard instead of playing side control. So now I get the best of both worlds.
It's a win-win.
Right. And again, it's one of these things. You might as well try it. You're already in side control. The only thing that's going to happen is he's going to get back to side control. All right, let's try this. Stefan, why don't you go down?